Right in here. And then go in. Where? Right here. We don't know these people.
Yeah, we don't know these people.
Start with
Is that your grandma? No, that's not a
What did you? I don't know. No. I got you.
Yeah.
You're my mom. What?
I'm just kidding. Oh, you guys sit down.
You're getting
What about Ottawa?
and you're getting
Oh, job. Look at that.
Oh no. The one thing I started.
All right, guys. Off your heads.
Can you help me out, Riley? Now we go. Thank you, Riley. I think we got it taken care of. Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Jay Kipp. I'm serving as the interim principal here at the middle school for the Markey period, and I would like to welcome you to our 8th grade recognition assembly. This is something we've done in the past but didn't do the last couple of years, but we are kind of reinventing it, so I'm hoping everything goes very, very smoothly today. Over the next 50 minutes or so, we will be celebrating excellence, participation, and memories over our last 2 years of middle school. I hope that we all choose to remember all the good moments rather than dwelling on all the negative moments. Middle school is a strange yet magical time. For me personally, middle school was the 7 best years of my life. That was a joke. Is this microphone working? More than anything this afternoon, it's my hope that you will just enjoy the moments of this 8th grade gathering and look back fondly on all these crazy times that you had in middle school. You are all on your way to bigger and better things. Some of you will eventually choose to go into the workforce immediately after high school. Others will join the military. Still others will pursue additional education and apprenticeships. Wherever your path takes you, I sincerely hope that these past 2 years have helped you become a better person who is ready to take on all of life's challenges. Our program today is a mix of awards, participation, recognition, and speakers discussing their best memories of middle school. So please sit back and enjoy the time we will be spending together this afternoon. And now for our first recognition, that will be the Math Award presented by Miss O'Neill.
Enough over there. Oh, what a year it has been. In essence, I would love to give every student a math award for being hardworking, top-notch students whom I've mathematized all year, as many have gained confidence that they did not believe they had before, even though some think 12 plus 1 is 18, not mentioning any names. But my team of teachers would probably agree to disagree with me with the amount of time it would take for me to read off every name. Instead, I'll roll with the punches, and I'll name 2 very deserving students for this math award on Green Team. Prior to naming these 2 individuals, though, I need you to know that in my 24 years of teaching, this group of students has definitely made a very positive impact on me and a mark that I will not forget. And I'm not referring to this leg right here that was badly bruised as of 2 weeks ago. Pep Rally Day summed that all up when the chant of O'Neill sounded across the gym as I was left without movement on the floor. With that said, I think it is only fair for me to name the many Green Team mathletes who I thought deserved this award. Shea Groff, Maya Haynes, Ryan Reeser, Kyler Bowman, EB, a.k.a. Emma Bush, Gabe McCrite, he's not McWrong, Gavin McFarland, Ethan Erdley, Caleb Gardman, Peyton Horst, Natalie Goodling, Addie Toomey, Alexa Martin, Jenna Almo, Hannah, a.k.a. Sharpie, Yaley Vesquez, Noah Pinkerton, Aaliyah Wood, Alexis Edgar, Heath Lentz, Leah Himes, Leighton Hetherington, Sophia Hunter, Camden Fights, and Emma Petit. Yes, it is positively correct for me to say it was a difficult decision deciding all 2. I always live by the motto that hard work pays off. I have seen that in all of these individuals as I pushed and pushed them, some until Monday and Tuesday as they finished up Keystones. Not only that, these kids that I named have natural math talent, a willingness to help others, true dedication, and the ability to be corrected in order to improve one's learning, as well as a die-hard effort that was relentless. What makes the two chosen individuals stand out is their willingness to think hard and be challenged daily, like my acronym on the back wall for math states, making adolescents think hard. They aren't just doing this to please me, their teacher. They truly want to grow as individuals, hence why they give more than 110% daily. With that said, I'm pleased to announce Alexa Martin and Leighton Hetherington as the Green Team 2020-23 Math Award recipients. Yes, I need you two to the stage because you've rocked 'em, socked 'em all year. You will be given a certificate and tickets to Kidstone Key Space. Congrats, you two, and all of you out there, remember, I love you all. And now, Mrs. Melhorn and Mrs. Coombs will be talking about National Junior Honor Society.
National Junior Honor Society was organized in 1929 with chapters nationwide. Its purpose is to acknowledge exceptional middle school students. National Junior Honor Society is more than just an academic honor roll. It exists for students who have shown excellence in the following areas: scholarship, service, leadership, character, and citizenship. This is the very first year for Northeastern to have a National Junior Honor Society, and we have set the bar very high. In order to have even been considered, students had to earn straight A's in every single subject as a 7th grader, and then maintain that level of scholarship. In addition, students needed to prove that they are service-minded individuals, students who innately use their time and talents to help others.
We are proud to recognize the following Green Team students as members of Northeastern Middle School's first chapter of National Junior Honor Society. Please stand and be recognized when your name is called. Camden Fitz, Alexis Edgar, Caleb Garman, Natalie Goodling, Shea Groff, Gabe McCright, Sean McDermott, Reese Staub, Isabel Ungrady, Emma Bush as treasurer, Leighton Hetherington as secretary, Addie Toomey as secretary, Ethan Erdley as vice president, and finally, Alexa Martin. Alexa Martin was our National Junior Honor Society president and is our first student speaker for today. Alexa followed the Robert Rules format for all formal meetings and took advantage of leadership opportunities with the Susan Burns Health Center, Northeastern Senior Center, and Student Senate. Alexa was also nationally recognized by the National Association of Secondary School Principals and the Office of the National Junior Honor Society as an Outstanding Achievement Award recipient. I am proud to welcome Alexa to the stage as Northeastern Middle School's first National Junior Honor Society president.
That'll work. Hello, class of 2027. My name is Alexa Martin. I am speaking on behalf of the National Junior Honor Society Green Team. Well, we finally made it. All the hard work, hours studying, and doing schoolwork at 11 p.m. has finally paid off. This year was the first year for the National Junior Honor Society to be at the Northeastern Middle School. The National Junior Honor Society went to the Mount Wolf Senior Center under the Otterbein Church. I strongly encourage checking it out. We had the opportunity to talk and play games with the seniors there. They took the games very seriously. There was no way that Gary was going to lose to Ethan and Camden in cornhole. Every senior was a blast, but it was more than fun though. We made connections and shared stories too. I will always remember Carol telling us about her dad being in the mafia. She made sure we knew if you stack a roll of dimes in your hand and punch someone in the face, it would break their jaw or your hand. Carol told us about leaving town and getting out of the place she called home, about how she needed to do that, about how she needed change. She told us how she was lucky to be alive because her gang members died a few years later. But my favorite part about Carol was that she taught us that change is for the best. She now takes in foster students. She has turned her experience into a positive one. Like Carol, each of us has our own obstacles. We each went through a lot this year. Carol is a reminder to embrace change and make the most of life. Our middle school experience has definitely been a time for change and positivity. 7th grade was like making pottery in art class. It was a year of molding you into the person you are today. I remember Mr. Junchko telling the girls to join golf because it is an easy scholarship. And Sean leaving chocolate milk in his locker. It eventually spoiled. I remember cleaning out Moose's locker because he had piles of trash in there since the beginning of the year. I remember Mr. Johnson sent me to the office thinking I had ISS and waited to get me until I was almost there. 8th grade was like taking the mold that has been formed and firing it in the kiln. We want to thank our teachers for being our kiln. I remember Mr. Raymond telling us his wife put him on a t-shirt allowance after what seems like his 100th John Quincy Adams shirt, and how he's always teased Miss N for being short. I remember laughing at Miss Snellbaker when she has to look up the term op. And watching Miss O'Neill laying on the desk in front of me, teaching the class rise and run. I remember when Mr. Graham would play Gimkit games and win every time. While I may not have realized it then, all these people and all these moments have shaped who I am today. Helen Keller once said, "Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much." York Daily Record released an article with the title, "Students Gone Wild at Northeastern Middle School." All the negative experiences were pointed out, but most people will never know the positive experiences that have gone on. At the school, we've seen kids volunteer their time to help other students improve their grades. We've seen kids comforting each other while in the midst of dealing with problems. We've seen clubs come together and pick up trash. We've watched students come together with the Senate and donate money to fight childhood cancer. We've seen the National Junior Art Honor Society paint positive murals around the school. We've seen smiles shared and relationships strengthened. The news might think we're wild, but the news will never see the everlasting bonds that have been made. No matter what change happens to the next few years, the class of 2027 will always have each other's back. See you next year, freshmen.
There's no way I can follow that. It's too bad. But I'll do my best with this epic 2-hour monologue. That was a joke. It's less than 2 hours. So just like my name is Mr. Graham. I teach 8th grade physical science here at the middle school. And just like Mrs. O'Neill said, picking 2 students for a science award was really, really difficult. I could have easily chose way more than 2. But 2 I had to choose. So the science award, somebody asked me, well, what makes a good science student? So give it some thought. And so this science award is given to those students who view the world around them with curiosity. They may observe an unusual event, and that simply leads to more questions. These students are not satisfied with just knowing what has happened. They want to know why something has happened. They aren't afraid to ask questions that may seem silly, and they're always ready for a back and forth discussion and conversation. That's what science is all about, the ongoing back and forth discussion where we learn new things. We also acknowledge that they may not know something yet, but in time, these students will. I'll also add, because of the efforts of Mrs. Melhorn, so thank you very much. These winners, the winners of this award will also receive tickets to the Whitaker Center. So without further ado, the two students in 8th grade that won the Science Award this year are Gabe McWright and Eddie Toomey. So if you come up here, please. Mr. Raymond, is it your turn? I'll pass the mic off to Mr. Raymond.
Mr. Raymond, do you want to be Miss Daigle or do you want me to be Miss Daigle? What? Okay. Miss Daigle at this point is teaching a class, so I'm going to speak for Miss Daigle and recognize the students who have been part of the National Junior Arts Honor Society program this year. The National Junior Arts Honor Society program is designed to inspire and recognize students who have shown an outstanding ability and interest in art. That wouldn't necessarily be me. The program supports members in their efforts to attain the highest standards in art scholarship, character, and service, and to bring art education to the attention of the school and community. This year, Northeastern Middle School became accredited with 16 members, 8 of which are on the green team. I am proud to say that every member deserves the recognition they are receiving today. We not only held up our promises to make our environment a more beautiful place, but we completed our tasks with integrity and community. This year, we hosted a Super Bowl in which we created 50 soup crocs and raised money to sponsor a child through a Make-A-Wish Foundation. We created 5 murals, one still being worked on, to brighten up our hallways, and we hosted our very first in-house anime contest. It is a privilege right now for me to recognize the following Green Team students. When I announce your name, please stand until everyone has been announced. Our fantastic president, Haley Kyle. The best secretary Miss Daigle could ever ask for, Aaron Seymour. The mural boss, Peyton Horst. The anime expert, Leah Frantz. The messy but productive, Isabel Ungrady. The quiet but impactful one, Jenna Olmo. The supportive, Cameron Workinger. And the team player, Kayla Yorgi. You all are exemplary artists and students and have a bright future ahead of you. Congrats. You may be seated. And now we will have Mr. Raymond to announce the History Award.
Ladies and gentlemen, please sit up straight like all good young men and women ought to do. Thank you very much. So I don't have a prepared speech, but I'm here to present the Charles J. Lenhart Award. And just out of curiosity, and the parents in the back, do any of you have Mr. Lenhart for a teacher? There's a few hands still. Mr. Lenhart was my mentor, and he is still my friend. He retired in 2019. It's his job that Mr. Gimby now has. Mr. Lenhart, when he retired with 47 years of teaching experience. Like, I'm looking forward to retiring in 7 years. If I were Mr. Lenhart, I would only be halfway through my career right now. And that's just amazing to me. So this award was created in honor of him and his love for history. The students that are in my class know that there are 2 walls, one in the back that's got the Charles J. Lenhart Award winners on it. There's another wall on the side that says Wall of Honor. Now, currently, as we stand right now, there are 5 of you that will be on the Wall of Honor at the end of this year. I'm not going to announce those names because in order to be on the Wall of Honor, you have to have 4 consecutive 100% marking periods. So 100%, not rounded up, but 100% 4 times. 5 of you are still in the running for that, so yay. And so once we get close to the end, we'll make that announcement and I'll take your picture and you'll be up on the wall at least until I retire. As for the Charles J. Lenhart Award, this is always difficult because it doesn't go to the students who have the best grades. I mean, that would be the Wall of Honor, but it goes to the students who do very well in class, but also have an incredibly obvious recreational interest in history and a love for history. And so those 2 winners this year, oh, and by the way, the 2 people that win this award will receive 4 tickets. 2 tickets will get them into the York County History Center's museums in downtown New York for free, so you can take you and a parent or you and a friend or however you want to do it. And so all the museums, whether that's the Agricultural Museum, the Golden Plow Tavern, the Gates House, the Colonial Courthouse, you'll have access to that one day this summer of your choice. You will also receive 2 tickets for free admission to George Washington's Mount Vernon in Alexandria, Virginia. So, without any further ado, the 2 winners of the Charles J. Lenhart Award for the year 2023 are Gannon Deal and Gavin Beecher. About a round of applause for Gavin and for Gavin. Again. All right, so I'm going to welcome back up here Mr. Graham. Mr. Graham and I are the Student Senate co-advisors, and we are going to honor now our Student Senate members.
I'm back. It's good to be back. So the 22-23 Student Senate was made up of 9 8th graders who were chosen by their peers to help plan, organize, and execute fundraisers and other student activities here at Northeastern Middle School. These are the students behind the scenes making things happen. In short, they are hardworking problem solvers. And I know Mr. Raymond and I are very proud of them. The following students, when I have your name read, please stand so we can recognize you. Maya Haynes. Jordan Haynes. Paige Alexander. Peyton McLean. Cade Baker. Sean McDermott. Addie Toomey. And Alexa Martin. Let's give them one more round of applause, please. All right, guys, you can sit down if you want. So this year, these students and the Student Senate in general raised and donated, you ready for this, $2,400 to charitable organizations such as Four Diamonds, they fight childhood cancer. They donated money to the Parents in the Middle, our own PIM organization here. And they donated money to Operation Help a Neighbor, which provides Christmas gifts to children in our community. So they did an amazing job this year, and I'll turn over the rest of this to Mr. Raymond.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Mr. Graham. Besides that, these amazing kids, I mean, and they really are amazing, and I got to spend so much time with each of these guys this year. They donated all that stuff to charity, and they did all that, but they also did these things. On Election Day in November, they gave up their day off of school to come in and serve refreshments to the communities as those members were leaving the polling place. They've decorated our hallways, our main hallways, our cafeteria, main office, nurse's office for different various holidays. They organized a cookiegram and a Valentine's Day carnation sale for the students here at Northeastern Middle School. They hosted an incredibly successful Pi Day event, which was fun for everybody. They hosted a Halloween dance and an 80s themed glow dance. They teamed up with Mrs. Schellenberger's class and the Bobcat Beamery to provide and treat all the staff to a coffee or lemonade or a cookie on Teacher Appreciation Week. And they presented Northeastern Middle School with a brand new flag that now flies proudly outside of our building. If you get the opportunity to check that out on your way out, please do that. These young adults are great individuals who have truly done amazing things for this school and this community, and I couldn't be more proud of you. They got one more thing going on now. So these kids will be hosting one more event. Actually, well, most of you know there's a dance tonight, but that's our 7th grade Senate kids are running that. But Senate, if you feel obligated to come and help, we'd appreciate it. And it gets you in early so you beat the line, okay? But on Wednesday night, the 31st, the night, and I know it's the night of graduation, but you can't always avoid everything. It's the night before the last day of school. The Northeastern Senate will be hosting a dine-in at the Bobcat Creamery from 4 to 8 p.m. A portion of everything that's sold during that 4-hour period will come back to the middle school to help fund student activities next year. So you have the opportunity, please stop into the Bobcat Creamery that evening and say hello to these Senate kids. We appreciate all they did. So another round of applause for them. Thank you. Now it's my distinct honor to call to the stage Miss Jordan Haynes. Now, as she's making her way up here, I'm going to say a couple things about Jordan that's going to embarrass her. Jordan did everything for me this year. She is our treasurer slash president slash secretary. She has taken care of everything. She signs our bills, she makes phone calls, she puts people on hold for me. It's really kind of cool. Okay. Yes. So Jordan is hands down the leader of this group, and she has done a job more than I could possibly imagine. Matter of fact, you're being replaced with 2 people next year because the act that you have demonstrated is just so hard to replace. I'm so proud of you, and you're going to do amazing things, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say. So this is Jordan Haynes.
You want the stool?
15. For some people, this number means nothing. For others, might be a mailbox number or a jersey number. For me, it symbolizes my growth here at Northeastern Middle School. I'm Jordan Haynes, and I'm a member of Student Senate. I'm honored to be here representing Green Team at 8th grade recognition. For me, 8th grade has been the best year of my life. There have been bumps along the road, but there have always been 4 people I knew would make me smile. Mr. Raymond, Mrs. O'Neill, Mr. Graham, and Mrs. Snowbaker. I remember the first thing that Mrs. O'Neill taught my class, square roots. What I remember is the square root of 225. It's 15. On the last day of PSSA testing, Mrs. O'Neill and my class were all playing a game and laughing. She looked around the room and said, "I love you guys." That was the moment when it clicked. She really loves us. We've been told this before by other teachers, but Mrs. O'Neill, she really does mean it. Thank you, Mrs. O'Neill, for making me excited about math class. I remember when I saw the amount of gnomes Mrs. Snowbaker has in her room. She has to have at least 15. But it's more than her gnomes that I will remember. I've struggled with anxiety for years and have always been afraid to ask teachers if I could step out of the room. Mrs. Snowbaker was the first teacher who I felt comfortable asking to step out. She was so understanding and didn't make me feel ashamed for it. Thank you, Mrs. Snowbaker, for creating a class where I felt safe. For Mr. Graham's science lab, 15 is a magic number. 15 meters, 15 seconds. Mr. Graham is probably the nicest person I have ever met. You can tell he doesn't always want to talk to some people, especially if it's a story in the middle of class. Even though he doesn't want to listen, he does. And to me, that says a lot. Thank you, Mr. Graham, for being an awesome Senate advisor and for putting up with everyone in the van for the field trip. I know you loved our Disney karaoke. I personally didn't have Miss Gerbich, but I know she has to have over 15 Squishmallows in her classroom. Thank you, Miss Gerbich, for always making me smile when I hear you chanting Cheeseburger Thursday and see you in the hallways with your positive attitude. I remember almost every history class, Mr. Raymond would bring up a really cool story. Everyone would get excited and want to hear the story. but he would always say, "That's a story for chapter 15." Within a month or two, we knew that if a story was mentioned, it was going to be a chapter 15 story. Mr. Raymond is always checking on students and making sure they're okay. He's an incredible teacher and amazing Senate advisor. Thank you, Mr. Raymond, for being my Senate advisor and being overall amazing. I will always remember the 15 Senate members who have made my year incredible, along with the 2 amazing advisors. Maybe it was working with Mrs. Schellenberger students for Teacher Appreciation Day, or organizing the glow dance, or cleaning and setting up for Pi Day. Maybe it was all of these memories combined. Whatever it was, Senate has not only improved our school, but me as a person. And for that, I'm grateful. 15. 15 is the amount of gnomes Mrs. Snowbaker has. 15 is Mr. Graham's magic lab number. 15 is the minimum number of Squishmallows Miss Gerbich has. 15 is the square root of 225 that Mrs. O'Neill has taught us. And 15 is the chapter everyone was excited for because of the stories. I know high school is going to be difficult and scary, but it's also going to be new and fun. We're all going to do great things in high school. How? We don't know that yet, but that's something we'll find out in chapter 15.
Good morning. I am Mrs. Snellbaker, and I will be introducing the first ELA award on the green team. I want to say that my year here, this is my first year here, but I am, both my husband and I have graduated from Northeastern, and I'm a proud Bobcat family. I am glad that my kids are also in the district. And I knew that Northeastern was wonderful, but these students this year just prove it with all of their kindness, and we've had a lot of laughters this year, and I just found it very difficult to pick one award as well. There's so many of you that are great, and I wish I could give one to all of you. The person that I chose to give one of the ELA awards to has demonstrated just how much she cares about her academics. Both in and out of the class, she strives to do her best. She's always asking me to check her work before she hands it in, and always proofreading. She wants to not only do good, but do the best that she can. She has this positivity that she shares with her classmates. Her willingness to give is seen when she's working in groups and independently. She has taken every extra credit opportunity that I have offered this year, as well as completed each and every assignment to the best of her ability. I am proud to present Shea Groff with the ELA Award. And to announce the second ELA award on Green Team is Ms. Gerbich.
Hi. Thank you all for coming. Kids, you had no choice, but thanks for being here. Parents, thank you for coming. It's always nice to have community here visiting and part of our life at the middle school here. I had a difficult time, as I think we all did, trying to settle on just one student. I have so many wonderful students. I have thoroughly enjoyed this year. 2 years ago, we went to 90-minute classes, and at that point, I had been teaching 23 years, and the idea of going to 90 minutes terrified me. But I am absolutely thrilled with going to 90 minutes. It is sad that I don't have half of you in my room, but that 90 minutes gives me a chance to get to know the kids that I do have on a much different level that I really, really enjoy, which makes it then even harder to pick who to give an award to, because everybody deserves an award. So some of my criteria include, it has to be somebody who enjoys reading and writing both inside and outside of class. That's probably the first set of criteria, and then I'll just go on with my prepared speech here. All right, so I have to take my glasses off. Curiosity, desire, dedication, determination are just a few of the adjectives that describe the ELA award winner that I have chosen. This student consistently completed every single reading and writing assignment at extremely advanced levels, and then challenged himself by asking more questions and doing more research. His background knowledge is absolutely astounding. He's so well read, knows things that I don't know, which isn't to say a whole lot, but like just absolutely amazing, astounding background knowledge. Some of the things that he has read and knows about just amaze me for an 8th grader. The exciting part about his background knowledge is he's always willing to share it in class and how it relates and explain and just really tie it in, which brings another depth and another type of insight to our class discussions. His writing always contains such high-level vocabulary and a style and a voice that is not common among, I keep moving the podium, that is not common among 8th grade writers. And for all of his hard work and desire and dedication and curiosity, I would like to congratulate Gavin McFarland. Oh, now I can see again. On a slightly side note, while Gavin comes up here, the second or third week of school or so, Gavin and Leighton Hetherington invited me. I could shake your hand, please. Gavin and Leighton invited me to, I was walking through lunch, it was probably a Cheeseburger Thursday, and they were playing a game at their lunch table and invited me to sit down and play with them. It was one of the best lunch periods that I ever had. So from that lunch period on Cheeseburger Thursday, sitting at a lunch table with kids and playing a game, spawned the Family Game Night Club, which was the first year that I've ever had this. And it's not on the program anywhere, and it's not on our program either, sorry. But I would like to take a minute to just, if you so after school on Thursdays from 2:30 to 4, there's a group of, I think, about 11 or 12 of us that hang out in my room and eat candy and play Clue and Sequence and Uno and Taco Cat, goat cheese pizza. It is the best hour and a half. Like, it's so much fun. We laugh, we giggle, I feel like a kid. They make fun of me because my reflexes are way slower than theirs. So those of you who have stayed with me after school to play games, please stand just so I can clap for you and let you know that I have thoroughly enjoyed our time together playing games. It is so much fun. I get to feel like a kid again playing with them, that I just wanted to tell them how much that hour and a half every Thursday means to me too. I don't know who's next.
Sorry, I'm short. Okay. So, good afternoon. I'm Mrs. Godfrey. I am the 8th grade counselor, but I'm also the Friends of Rachel coordinator for our school. We have many Friends of Rachel advisors, so I'm here on their behalf. I would like all of the Friends of Rachel here to please stand. Okay. And please stay here for a minute, because I just want to read a few words about all of the hard work and all of the things that you've done to inspire us to keep the chain reaction of kindness going. I want to thank you for spreading kindness and compassion at NMS and in our community. You never cease to amaze me with your kind hearts and your desire to lead. Whether you are a mentor to a younger student or to a new middle school student, whether you helped a student in need by operating Rachel's Closet, or you placed a birthday card or a personal note in someone's locker who needed a lift, sat with a student at lunch who needed a friend, created podcasts about diversity and mental health, baked cookies for the teachers, and cheered up our custodians and nurses with inspirational messages. This is only a small list of the services you have provided. There are many quiet gestures that those who receive them truly appreciate more than you'll ever know. You've inspired your classmates to join you on your quest to lift others up and caused a ripple effect of kindness to keep it going. And I want to commend you for all of your hard work and leadership in making this a better place where we all know we have each other's backs. Everyone, please give them a round of applause.
Next, we have Mr. Raymond.
There are also awards today for the Unified Arts classes, the FACS, Tech Ed, Computer, Art, Music, and Library. The UA awards do not only feature students that harness talent, success, and skill within a subject. These awards also require students who practice integrity, inquiry, and a persistence to succeed. Each UA teacher has selected 2 8th grade students that showed such rigor in not only the content of the arts, but of character. Students, please come forward when Ms. Nadalny reads your name. Would you like the stool, Miss Nadalny?
No, I'm an inch taller today.
There you go, Miss Nadalny.
Thank you. Are you gonna, don't kick it out from under me. I don't trust you.
Go ahead, I'll stand right there.
Okay, for facts, we need Danielle Bartolo and Heath Lentz. Great job, guys. For Tech Ed, we need Jeremiah Dukes and Shea Groff. For Computer, we need Peyton Horst and Samuel Sipe. Those are really cool. I might be taller than you right now.
Nope.
It's your glasses. Take them off. For art, we need Izzy Grady and Ryan Reeser. For music, Ryan Reeser, Stay, and Trinity Webster. And for library, we need Leighton Hetherington and Emma Bush. Yeah.
Just stay here for a second.
While both Leighton and Emma Bush demonstrated a willingness to stretch beyond their comfort zones and not only create exceptional infographics on the careers they each researched, as well as their commentary on their peer editing and project reflections. Additionally, Ms. Hoover greatly appreciated their willingness to assist fellow students when asked. By doing so, they showed that they are proficient in the skills that they were learning. Thanks, guys. Garbage.
I don't know if I need this tool. Hello again. I would like to take a minute to recognize our newscasters. So if Emma Bush, Paige Alexander, and Camden Fights would please stand. These three lovely people have entertained us and informed us every morning of the school year with the weather, the lunch, what's going on, sports scores, and fun videos. They've done an amazing job. Thank you. So we've spent a lot of today so far recognizing individual students for the hard work that they've put in their desire and their dedication and their effort. We would also like to take a couple minutes here to recognize all of you who have worked hard and earned honor roll at any point in this year. If you have earned honor roll, please stand up so that we can clap for you. Excellent work. Good job. Excellent, thank you. And for those of you who have spent this year and for those of you who have earned distinguished honor roll at some point during this year, please stand. Excellent work, thank you. We are proud of your efforts. And we are proud of your efforts, and we definitely commend the hard academic work. And wellness is also extremely important. And for the Wellness Awards, I'm going to bring Mr. Graham back up.
All right. So the Wellness Awards are given to two students who do well, and obviously I'm giving this award because their wellness teachers are preoccupied teaching classes. But the Wellness Awards for gym and wellness class this year go to Connor Bissinger and Leah Himes. Would you come up here, please? And now Mrs. O'Neill.
Thanks, Stephen. Obviously, what happens in school is important, but what also happens outside of school is just as important. We're going to recognize our student athletes right now first. So our fall school-related athletes, if you participate in cross-country, football, cheer, or field hockey, please stand so you can get your recognition. Okay, we'll go to, you may have a seat, thank you. Some of you will be standing more than once, and that is okay. Our winter athletes, basketball, both girls and boys, cheer, and wrestling. And now for our spring sport participants, track, girls and boys soccer, and girls and boys volleyball. Thank you for the hours you put in outside of the school day so that you are prepared and well practiced to perform on the court, on the field, and obviously represent Bobcat Nation. Next, we would also like to take the time for those that put in practice in other ways, our music participants. If you were part of band this year, please stand. Band can include guard as well. Thank you. If you were part of chorus, please stand. If you were part of orchestra, please stand. Thank you for your musical talents and the time and dedication that you have given to that which you love. Next up, Mr. Raymond will be to recognize the students of the month that were chosen for Green Team throughout the year.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we're in the home stretch here. We're almost finished. Before I read this list, I do want to acknowledge the hard work of a couple of people. If we give them a round of applause. One, Mr. Kipp for helping us in organizing this. Thank you, Mr. Kipp. Miss Melhorn is right next to Mr. Kipp, and Mrs. Melhorn has put in countless hours helping people with their speeches, perfecting them, getting you ready, and just helping us organize the event. So how about a round of applause for Mrs. Melhorn? We have some former Green Team students in the back. Where are you guys? Who are helping live stream this today for the high school. Oh, Mr. Hauk is a former Green Team student. That's right. How could I forget? So anyway, how about a round of applause for those high school students that are helping us? Mr. John and Miss Perry, our custodians who keep this place spotless for us. Thank you very much, guys. Our office staff, Ms. Kogar, Ms. Steph, and Miss Haley. Miss Haley. Billet, yes. Sorry, I lost that one for a second. A round of applause because they put so much work into this. And if I forgot somebody, please do not be offended. I just forgot. It's okay. Hey, so every month we have a student of the month that gets in the Bobcat Pride, and their pictures were put in a hallway out here. I have got hard copies of those pictures that were, yeah, that's Heath, okay? That I can give to you either during our little gathering at the cafeteria or in class tomorrow. But if your name is called, please stand because you achieved Student of the Month sometime during the 2022-2023 school year. Heath Lentz. Shea Groff. Isabel Ungrady. Gavin McFarland. Carissa Poteet. Leah Himes. Leighton Hetherington. Emma Poteet. Yaley Vasquez. Gabe McWright. Jocelyn Armstrong. Claire Shaberly. Caleb Garman. Jordan Haynes. Ryan Reeser. Maya Haynes. And Hannah Sharp. Nicely done, guys. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to turn it over now to Mr. Kipp for some final remarks. Oh, never. Oh, no, that's wrong. I'm sorry. I have the distinct honor to call to the stage Camden and Nolan. Yeah, I can't wait for this one. Camden doesn't need the stool, but Nolan, do you? Do you need the stool?
Do you need it? No, I'll just set it here and then you can have it. Okay. Where is my speech? You're still taller. No, I'm not. I'm good. I'd like to say congrats to everyone with their speeches, Miss President and Jordan. They're wonderful, and thank you to our wonderful teachers.
Miss O'Neill, once we're at the high school, we love that we can rely on hearing you from across the parking lot.
Mr. Raymond, we couldn't think of anything bad about you, but we aren't quite sure what hurts more, your back or having to watch Lewis and Clark.
Miss Finnegan, we wish we could leave halfway through the school year like you did.
Miss Nadolny, I don't know why you're always so happy when you have to look up to all of your students.
Miss Daigle, I know you're not here right now, but we won't miss redoing our project 60 times working on a simple sketch.
Thanks to Miss Hoover, since I forgot to turn in my library book, I'm technically not supposed to be here right now. And Miss Walker, thanks for the financial advice, but quick question. What color is your Bugatti?
We couldn't mention everyone today, but no, we are thankful for everyone who makes Northeastern Middle School the place it is. Before we end this inspirational speech, as you know, every good speech ends with a quote. So here it is. When life gives you middle school, turn it down immediately.
You said for now for a real speech.
But now for a real speech.
During the season, my football coach, after many devastating losses, once told this inspirational story. One day, a farmer's donkey fell into an abandoned well. Terrified, the animal cried for hours as the farmer tried to figure out what to do. Finally, he decided the animal was too old and impossible to save. He decided to bury the donkey on the spot, so he invited all of his neighbors to help him. They all grabbed their shovels and began to throw dirt into the well. At first, the donkey realized he was being buried alive and started to cry horribly. Then, to everyone's surprise, the donkey quieted down, and a few shovel loads later, the farmer looked down at the well and was astonished at what he saw. My bad. With each shovel of dirt it hit the donkey's back, the donkey shook it off and took a step up. As the farmer and his neighbors continued to throw the dirt on top of the animal, he would shake it off and take another step up. Soon everyone was amazed at the donkey as he stepped over the edge of the well, happily trotted off. Life is going to throw dirt your way and attempt to bury you. However, no one ever gets out of life's wells by giving up. Like T. Swifty said, just shake it off. You're still up. We all need people in our lives to help us shake it off, and the 8th grade rec is the perfect time to acknowledge them. Each 8th grader will receive a carnation in the back of the auditorium. Please give this carnation to an adult who's helped your back up until now. Think of it as a symbol as our thanks.
After you get your carnation, head to the cafeteria to eat some cookies before Cannon eats them all. He's not doing six-pack summer this year either. Please respectfully go to the cafeteria. Thank you and have a great day.
Sorry, Smalls and Manny. Sorry, that's a pretty tough act to follow. But I will just give a couple quick things before we head out. I did want to mention too, Jordan. All of the speeches were fantastic. Jordan, I did think of one while you were speaking. I got a good 15 for you if you want to add it, and that would be: does anybody know who the 15th president was? Right, James Buchanan. James Buchanan is famous for kind of two things. One was he was the only president from Pennsylvania. Very good, very good, very good. And he was the only bachelor. I believe he's the only bachelor president. Am I right, Mr. Raymond? Am I on to that? Okay. I like my math, but I like my history as well. Good deal. Very good. In closing, we all have a lot to celebrate. Think of all the little celebrations that you've had over the past few years. Something like navigating your schedule, being successful on a test or project, having excellent attendance, something like that. Then also think of all the major successes you've had. Being on a successful sports team, making honor roll or distinguished honor roll, navigating the highs and lows of friendships. Whatever level of success you've attained, keep trying to make good decisions that will benefit you, your family, and your life. I wish all of you success as you move on to and across the parking lot to the big house next year. Parents, if you'd like to get any type of commemorative picture, we have a very photogenic staff here. I bet they would probably be willing to take a picture with your child if you'd like. Feel free to stay here in the auditorium and take pictures before you go to the cafeteria. And students, as mentioned before, don't forget to get your carnation in the back as you leave, 1 carnation per student, and give it to somebody who was very special to you over the past 2 years and made a big impact on you. And parents and students, you are free to go to the cafeteria to enjoy some snacks and drinks. Have a great day.
don't need to end this one for Yeah. I'm not walking around with flowers. Walk around. We're not from Bulgaria. Walk around. Mom,